Hello and welcome to another Tony Talk with Tony Robertson. And this evening I am talking to you from my own bedside at home. Yes, I've been discharged. It's a wonderful experience to be discharged from a hospital after almost 6 weeks of my residency complete with bowel checks, physio, and moving from a cast to a moon boot. I've now graduated to this wonderful walking stick. And if you look carefully in the reflection there, you can see I do have a set of crutches as well to use when I go on longer walks with the moon boot. So, this is exciting. Welcome home to all of you that have been following Tony's medical adventure from the Mater to St Vincent's Hospital. And once again, I give thanks for the staff at the rehab unit at St Vincent's and the staff in theatre at the Mater who inserted 2 screws into my ankle so that my dislocated bones or fractured bones would be able to find themselves again. And all going well, I return to the Mater in another 4 weeks or so, and they take the screws out. I wasn't aware of that the screws are only temporary. I had these visions of being screwed for the rest of my life. But no, they take the screws out and I can bring them home as part of my personal heritage to be bequeathed in my will or perhaps installed in an art exhibition installation somewhere. Along with my collection of x-rays, which is growing bigger by the year. Now, for those that might have missed the major announcement, today I am 68 years and 1 week old. I am into my first successful week of the 69th rotation around the sun. And this time I am rotating in a moon boot with the aid of this walking stick and a set of crutches to keep me stable, and I don't know whether that's going to work at all, but it certainly is a big help. Also, a huge thank you to those of you that sent messages, engaged in social media with me, and those who brought Tim Tams, flowers, and toiletries to keep me busy, and books. I had a few books. Now, look, this is really interesting. People had all sorts of, and we all have expectations when you're in a hospital. I was encouraged to do everything from read books to have a personal retreat. Not much of that happened. Look, the reality of hospital life with nurses barging in and out at all hours of the evening to check on the other patients in a public ward, with the wonderful noises that happen when your fellow wounded go to the toilet, which was only about 20 steps from my bed. So I had a real insight into the diversity of the human body and its basic needs. And of course, a number of those people, unlike me, I'm one of the lucky ones. Of mere fractured ankle, I can walk. I am in awe of the people who have lost limbs, the people who are in rehab for extended periods of time, and the people who have no one to care for them. It was an experience that you can't read about until you have it. So, now this is the other fascinating thing. This was my longest break away from any home. 6 weeks away from home. So the longest holiday I've ever had. Now those of you that share houses and live with partners know that what often attracts you to the other is not that which is similar, it's that which is different and that which is diverse. And now look, Vicky, with whom I share my life in my house, is the stalwart of my life. but we have totally different approaches to house. And one of the wonders of this is I fractured my ankle on January the 6th, and for those of you that do trivia and go on quiz shows, you would know that January the 6th in the West is the Feast of the Epiphany, and in many of the East is in fact Christmas Day. And those of you that have got Irish blood would know that it's the day you take down Christmas decorations. Well, of course, I fractured my ankle first thing in the morning. I was carted off by ambulance to the Mater, wrapped up and sent home in a state of anguish and pain until I was able to have the surgery. As a consequence, I didn't even look at the Christmas decorations. So today, when I come home, Vicky has left all the decorations intact. It's like walking into a time warp. The crib, the baubles, everything. Even the three wise men didn't even make it to the nativity. They are stuck up here. So tomorrow our mission is to dismantle the Christmas decorations. I have set a record for the longest time I've ever had my Christmas decos up. I challenge you to tell me if you've kept yours up longer. And the other thing that I didn't do, despite having those 6 days in January, I forgot to change the calendars. I'm still living in the past in 2020. But those of you that know me will be aware that I recycle calendars. So last year I had a number of calendars from 1992 because that matched the dates for 2020. This year the dates are matched in 2010. So tomorrow I will also have the great excitement of going around the toilet and other public places and replacing last year's calendar with this year's dates, if not this year's calendar. So I'm looking forward to. There's so much to do. I've been encouraged to walk and strengthen my ankles, so there's no shortage of jobs. So this is the invitation. Much as I enjoyed the hospital visits, I am now at home receiving. It sounds like something you do in the royal family, doesn't it? I'm going to be at home receiving. Please drop by. Feel free to drop by. Yes, there's a catch. Of course there's a catch. My mobility is not 100%. The garden has flourished. Those of you in Brisbane will know we've had a stack of rain. Everything's flourished. Well, the weeds have flourished. The garden has become a huge undergrowth. So if any of you have a green thumb and would love to come over and help me redesign my courtyard garden, at which I will give you directions on what to do while I sit back, and then I promise to shout you refreshments over at Carindale. We'll go and have refreshments at Carindale afterwards. Give me a bell, come over. And those of you that just want to come over and visit, yes, do come and visit. I will probably be housebound. One of my neighbours, Maxine, has kindly offered to pick me up and take me to Carindale for my shopping. I am quite the Lush community will take me out for coffee. So feel free to leave me a message. Let me know if you'd love to come over and we can do the Carindale thing as I become more and more confident with my movement and can walk further. It'll be good practice for me as well. And you may even like to join me in some household chores as I get used to cleaning my bathroom slowly and all that sort of stuff. So, that's the big news. Home in my own bed. It is such a thrill to be back here in my own bed. And as I speak, one of the glorious Brisbane storms is about to pass over. I think it might hit us sometime. It's hit and miss in Brisbane, depending where you are, of course, and the lay of the land. So, it's watching the storm, having a meal, and I think it's going to be an early night, moon boot off, and relaxing. And I have 4 or 5 weeks here before I go back to the Mater. So, thank you for being part of this Tony Talk. Do say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Yes, I can answer questions. not too intimate, but I'm happy to enter into discussion and conversation. I will be resuming regular Zoom chats as well. So I look forward to that with you. So, signing off from home and looking forward to hearing from you all real soon. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see each other soon. Bye for now.